How satisfied are you with our federal party leaders?
Not very satisfied at all. I think they're absolutely docile. As my wife said, important issues like First Nations, housing for people that can't get the housing market, there's nothing happening. It's just sailing along without any action at all to support people that need it, to be honest. Not very happy at all.
I could never be a politician, so I do have a lot of respect for what they do and how they do it, but I do think there are things that could be done better, and I think that there are things that could be changed. But I think that you also get that with every party.
Very unsatisfied with Justin Trudeau. I think he's not done. I think he's not been the person he showed he was going to be. I'm also very unsatisfied with the Conservative leader. So unsatisfied I can't remember his name at the moment. But I don't think he is doing the job that the Conservative Party needs to be doing in this country, which is really offering an opposite viewpoint to what the Liberals offer.
I guess I would say I'm disappointed in a lot of the topics that they bring up that I don't think are relevant. I would rather they just stick to the basics. Let's deal with the problems that we have. Let's not bring in social issues that Canadians have already decided on. We've got our social agenda set, and I think we should stick to that. Let's deal with the ongoing issues, the Indigenous problems we have, the economy.
I would say I'm very dissatisfied with the current crop of federal leaders. I think we absolutely can do better. I think they're interested in showmanship far more than they are in producing anything of substance. I think the critiques that they produce are rather ineffective and focused on winning, news appeal and much less on actually saying anything. I'm convinced that, sure, they know how to do things behind the scenes, but I'm concerned by the fact that that's not what they choose to project.
It depends on the issue. There are certain issues where I think the government does okay on. Most of them I don't. I had, to be honest, decent hopes for the Green Party leadership, but clearly that doesn't seem to be working for whatever is going on in there. I'm very happy with the leadership of Jagmeet Singh under the NDP. I think for the most part he gets things right. I'd love to see him come down and visit us in Atlantic Canada once COVID's all over, and I think Aaron O'Toole and Maxime Bernier speak for themselves.
Not very satisfied. Again, I think that our political machine has gotten to such a level that they cater to the interests that get them elected, and their main interest is not necessarily altruistic in the best thing for the country, but how do we get reelected?
I'm very unsatisfied with Justin Trudeau. Why? Because I think he's an actor. I think he's very disingenuous. I think he is severely underqualified for the job that's ahead of him and that's been in his control. Very, very disappointed with what's happened in this country.
Our present government, I think they've handled themselves very well, considering the pandemic. Could they have notified the country earlier? We had information as a country. My understanding from what I hear from our government and others, that information was there and we could have gotten out of the gate a little sooner and perhaps shortened the stay, but who knows? But I think that they're doing quite a remarkable job at this point. Criticism, there's always going to be critics, and you can't be all things to all people.
Not satisfied at all. I think there's a lack of action around a number of topics, right? From everything from First Nations to the economy. There's just, Trudeau's been in power for how long, and we're not seeing really a lot done.
I'm sort of satisfied with them. I mean, you could have other people in there and you can criticize them, but they're doing their best, and we need them. So I don't know who you're going to put in any different that's going to be any better.
Oh, I'm getting less and less satisfied. I was quite satisfied at the beginning, with optimism and sort of a vision. Now I'm less satisfied with that.
Not satisfied.
Why?
One, Trudeau, I think, has messed up the whole COVID response. He's also bankrupted the country. And I don't know enough about the other one. He's just sort of non-existent.
I'd say I'm about 75% satisfied.
And why?
They got us through this COVID thing. They sort of seem to work together there. Other than that, I think they're doing a good job.
Oh, I am definitely not satisfied. We watch how they give out money to all these other countries to help everybody else. But who's helping our own people, especially us seniors, especially the veterans out there? We're all living on barely anything.
I'm disgusted, actually, and in pain, deeply in pain and saddened that our children are going missing. That if you look at the rates of children going missing and addictions, we should be far more concerned about these topics than this pandemic.
I think they're doing okay. It's a tough year, and I think they've done the best job that they can. It's not perfect, but it was a strange situation, and everybody was kind of figuring everything out on the fly, whether it be federally or provincially. I think that everybody did the best they could. So that was the main focus of everybody. And they did a pretty good job. I'm okay. I'm okay with what they did.